5 digits. In most of America, a zip code is just a mailing address. In these 10 places, it is the most expensive real estate credential in the country. And the number at the top belongs to a state that has never held it before. Subscribe before we get into the countdown, and drop your guess in the comments. Which zip code do you think is number 1? Number 10. Zip code 0762. Oh, Alpine? New Jersey. Alpine's 07620 recorded a median home sale price of $4.35 million in 2025, a 31% increase year over year and the community's highest recorded median. For the 9th time in the past decade, 07620 is New Jersey's most expensive zip code. Alpine sits in Bergen County on the Palisades Ridge above the Hudson River, 20 miles north of Midtown Manhattan. Its lots are large, 1 to 5 acres is typical. Its roads are quiet, and its residential streets have no sidewalks and no commercial infrastructure of any kind. Alpine's 31% price surge in 2025 reflects the premium that proximity to New York City, combined with genuine privacy and large lot sizes, commands in the American luxury real estate market. The community also holds a tax advantage. Its residents pay New Jersey income tax rather than New York's, a meaningful financial benefit for high earners living 20 miles from the city. At number 10, 0762. O is the East Coast celebrity enclave where the zip code signals wealth, privacy, and the specific value of living 20 miles from New York City without being in it. Number 9. Zip code 94022. Los Altos, California. In 2025, 94022 crossed the $5 million median threshold for the first time, a milestone that PropertyShark specifically noted as one of the year's defining market moments. The zip code covers the city of Los Altos in Santa Clara County, 15 miles from Stanford University and adjacent to Mountain View, Palo Alto, and Cupertino. Santa Clara County is the second most expensive county in the United States by ZP code concentration. The technology industry that has made the Santa Clara Valley the most economically productive geography in human history has also made its residential ZP codes among the most expensive on the continent. Los Altos sits between the founding garages, venture capital offices, and corporate campuses that produced Apple, Google, and the modern technology industry. The $5 million crossing in 2025 puts 94022 in a new pricing tier, and it showed no sign of stopping there. At number 9, 94022 is the Silicon Valley ZP code that crossed the $5 million median barrier for the first time in 2025. Number 8. Zip code 92662. Balboa Island, Newport Beach, California. Balboa Island is a 0.2 square mile man-made island in Newport Harbor, created from dredge material in the early 20th century. Its 92662 ZP code recorded a median that matched Los Altos at the $5 million level in 2025, with a nearly 10% year-over-year gain. 92662 is one of 3 Newport Beach zip codes in the national top 10, making Newport Beach the only city in the country with 3 entries in the country's most expensive zip code ranking. Most properties on the island's perimeter have private boat docks accessible from the rear of the structure. The residents' relationship with Newport Harbor is immediate and operational rather than scenic. The Balboa Island Ferry, the shortest ferry route in California at 800 feet across the harbor, has been running since 1919. At number 8, 92662 is the Balboa Island zip code, where the value is measured not in square footage but in the 800 feet of harbor water that separates the island from the mainland. Number 7, zip code 9497. Stinson Beach, California. Stinson Beach's 94970 surged 38% year over year in 2025, nearly $1.5 million in median price appreciation in a single year, to reach $5.23 million, breaking the $5 million barrier for the first time. PropertyShark specifically cited 94970 as one of the year's biggest price jumps in the entire top 100. The community has approximately 600 year-round residents. Stinson Beach sits 40 minutes from San Francisco by car, when Highway 1 is clear, in a setting that combines the Pacific Ocean, a protected coastal lagoon, a state park, and a specific quality of Northern California coastal light that money cannot manufacture. The 2025 surge suggests the process of Bay Area wealth pricing into this geography is accelerating rather than stabilizing. At number 7, 94970, is the Marin County ZP code that proved in 2025 that geographic scarcity, combined with proximity to one of the wealthiest metropolitan areas in history, produces price appreciation that almost nothing else can replicate. Number 6. Zip code 92657, Newport Coast, California. Newport Coast's 92657 recorded a nearly 10% year-over-year gain in 2025, its fifth consecutive year of record medians, placing it sixth nationally. PropertyShark noted that 92657 has logged a 73% price increase since 2020, one of the largest 5-year appreciations of any zip code in the country at the luxury tier. Newport Coast is a master-planned community developed in the 1990s on the coastal bluffs between Corona del Mar and Laguna Beach, incorporated as part of Newport Beach in 2002. Newport Coast is architecturally different from every other community on this list. Where Atherton is defined by the absence of visible architecture, Newport Coast is defined by the deliberate construction of an environment, gated entries, consistent Mediterranean-influenced architecture, and amenities. The Pelican Hill Resort, the Crystal Cove Promenade, the community's private beach club. Built to a standard the individual properties reinforce rather than exceed. At number 6, 92657 is the Newport Coast ZP code that has appreciated 73% in 5 years. 5 ZP codes remain, and the top 5 are where the data stops resembling anything most Americans have ever encountered in a real estate context. The most expensive zip code in the country in 2025 belongs to a state that has never held this title before. Subscribe and drop your guess in the comments. Number 5. Zip code 11976. Watermill, New York. Watermill's 11976 recorded a median sale price of $5.88 million in 2025, placing it 5th in the country. The top 1% of listings in 11976 carried a median asking price of $61 million in 2025. But Watermill is a hamlet in Southampton Town on Long Island's South Fork, the area collectively known as the Hamptons, with a year-round population of approximately 1,700 people. The Hamptons real estate market underwent extraordinary appreciation since 2020, when the pandemic's forced migration of New York City wealth to the South Fork compressed years of pricing trajectory into 18 months. 11,976 has essentially doubled its median since 2016. The privet hedges of Watermill, some planted in the 1960s, now 12 to 15 feet tall, are not decorative. They are structural. They define the boundary between the public road and the private estate in a way that no fence can replicate. At number 5, 11976 is the Watermill ZP code, where the combination of oceanfront access and the Hamptons' social geography has produced a $5.88 million median and a top-tier asking price approaching $61 million. Shack number 4, zip code 11962. Sagaponack, New York. Sagaponac's 11962 has been New York State's most expensive zip code for 10 consecutive years, a streak of sustained pricing dominance that no other New York zip code has come close to matching. The 2025 median sits just below $6 million, placing it 4th in the country. Sagaponack is the smallest incorporated village in New York State by population, 313 people, and the village has no commercial strip, no restaurants, no shops, no services of any kind within its boundaries. A condition that is not an accident but a deliberate expression of the community's identity. Its boundaries are drawn around estate parcels, farm fields, and Atlantic Ocean frontage. Everything else is outside them. PropertyShark's 2025 report confirmed 11,962's position for the 10th consecutive year. a milestone the report specifically highlighted as a statement of sustained market credibility, rather than a single year statistical anomaly. At number 4, I-11962 is the Sagaponack zip code that has held the title of New York State's most expensive for a decade straight, in a village whose year-round population fits comfortably in the waiting room of a mid-sized dentist office. Number 3. Zip code 92661. Lower Balboa Peninsula, Newport Beach, and California. 92661 climbed 2 spots in 2025 to reach its highest national ranking ever, third in the country, driven by a 20% year-over-year gain that pushed its median nearly $1 million higher than 2024. 92661 is one of the few residential strips in the United States where a homeowner can have ocean frontage on one side of their property and harbor frontage on the other next simultaneously. The homes in 92661 are built vertically, 3 and 4 stories on narrow lots, on a strip of land that is, in places, barely 300 feet wide. The result is some of the most expensive residential real estate per square foot in California. Newport Beach has now placed 3 zip codes in the national top 10, 92661 at 3, 92657 at 6, and 92662 at 8. No other city in the United States has ever done this. 3 ZP codes, 1 city, 3rd in the country, 6th in the country, 8th in the country. No other American city has ever placed 3 zip codes in the national top 10. Newport Beach, California. Number 2. Zip code 94027, Atherton, California. For 8 consecutive years, 94027 was the most expensive zip code in the United States. In 2025, it posted a new all-time record median of $8.33 million, a 5% gain over 2024, and the highest median this community has ever recorded. It was not enough. For the first time in 8 years, 94,027 finished second, and the community's cheapest home sale in 2025 was $3.2 million. Its most expensive, a $51.5 million, 10,000 square foot home purchased by technology CEO Stephen Luxo. Atherton has no commercial district, not a restaurant, shop, or business within its borders. Exclusively single-family residential, minimum 1-acre lot requirement dating to the 1920s. Notable residents and buyers confirmed by Fox 11 include Stephen Curry, Mark Andreessen, and an array of Silicon Valley executives who prize the proximity to Stanford and Sand Hill Road. The reason 94027 finished second in 2025 is not that Atherton weakened. It is that the ZIP code that finished first jumped 65% in a single year, from $5.75 million to $9.5 million, and crossed the record by more than $1 million. 8 consecutive years at number 1, a new record median, number 2, for the first time. Zip code 94027, and Atherton. Number 1. Zip code 33109, Fisher Island, Florida. PropertyShark's 20 at 25 analysis placed 33109 at the top of the national ranking with a median home sale price of $9.5 million, a 65% increase over its 2024 median of $5.75 million. The 65% surge in a single year is one of the largest year-over-year price increases ever recorded by any ZP code in the PropertyShark Top 100 history. The cheapest home sold in 33109 in 2025 was $1.41 million. The most expensive closed at $23.7 million. A penthouse on Fisher Island was listed at $85 million, one of the most expensive residential listings in Florida history. Fisher Island covers 216 acres and contains approximately 700 households. There is no bridge, no public road, no Google Street View. Access requires a private ferry, a private boat, or a helicopter. Like a $500,000 club membership is required before purchasing a home. The membership does not count toward the purchase price. It is the cover charge. Past and current residents have included Oprah Winfrey, Tom Brady, Julia Roberts, and Ivanka Trump and Jared Kushner. The island was originally a Vanderbilt family retreat, acquired by William K. Vanderbilt II in the 1920s. At number 1, zip code 33109 is the most expensive zip code in the United States in 2025. The first time in the 10-year history of PropertyShark's annual ranking that the top position belongs to Florida, and the first time it belongs to any state other than California or New York. 216 acres, 700 households, no bridge, no Google Street View, a $500,000 membership fee, a $9.5 million median, and a 65% single-year price increase that ended an 8-year dynasty and established a new benchmark for the upper limit of American residential real estate. Zip code 33109, Fisher Island. That is the top 10 most expensive zip codes in the United States. From Alpine, New Jersey's 0762, O at number 10, with a $4.35 million median, to Fisher Island, Florida's 33109 at number 1, with $9.5 million. And the national median home sale price in 2025 was $368,751. The ZIP code at number 1 sold homes at 25 times that figure. California claimed 8 of the 10 entries, counted including 3 from Newport Beach alone, making it the first and only city in the country to place 3 zip codes in the national top 10. New York placed 2 through the Hamptons, New Jersey placed 1. And Florida, for the first time in the history of this ranking, placed the most expensive zip code in the country. Which zip code on this list surprised you most? And if you had to choose one of these 10 addresses as your home, which one would it be? Drop your answer in the comments. Subscribe to Top of Anna USA for weekly countdowns of America's cities, prices, roads, and the numbers that define where this country puts its money.